What's up, guys? It's Chris with Still Vivid. Third video. First one, we covered the intro lead to the song Hunter Gatherer. Second video, I showed you how to play the main solo of Hunter Gatherer. And I am following up to finish this song with the rhythm of the song. You're going to hear me mess up. I'm trying to do this with little to no editing whatsoever. I'm going to play through the song in its entirety, and then afterwards I will just go over and give you a quick review on how to play each part. But yeah, Hunter Gatherer, Still Vivid. Put it in your favorite music app. You'll be able to follow along. Here we go. So that right there is the entire song, rhythm guitar. It's basically comprised of one section just used in many different ways, one passage. And that passage is this 6-note pattern right there. Basically use that in the entirety of the song, aside from 2 sections, pretty much. But the pattern that you're going to need to remember for this: 6, 8, 9, and that just repeats. Sometimes there's no rest at the end, and sometimes there is. Once you finish the cycle of 3. But yeah, 6, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, just like that. It's a very simplistic pattern, and once you kind of get it down, it's fun to kind of challenge yourself to see how clean you can play through all of these parts, trying to remember to hit that pattern the entire way through. So I'm barring in a standard tuning. I'm in E standard, and I'm barring on the 1st fret of the A and the D string. I'm barring the 5th fret on the E and the A. Then I'm going open E and A, 1st fret E and A, 2nd fret E and A, back to the 1st fret. So that's the first pattern. That's 6. Now the next one, we're going to add 2 notes before that pattern, and we're going to do open E and A, barred on the 1st fret E and A, that's the second pattern. In the third pattern of 9, you're adding 3 notes before that pattern. And we're doing open twice, open E and A. Then barred on the 1st fret. So all together we have six, 8, and 9. It's just that pattern repeated, especially so from 0 seconds to 28 seconds in the song. You're doing that pattern a total of 4 times through. 6, 8, 9, 6, 8, 9, 6, 8, 9, etc. You're doing it 4 times through. Starting the second time, there's no rest. So right after the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it starts immediately. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, starting the second time, no rest. Next time, there is a rest. And then starting the 4th time, there is no rest. So that gets us to 28 seconds in. 28 seconds to 59 seconds. you're basically doing that same exact thing 5 times. There's a pause, and just that's how I'm chunking it up for you to remember. So in the beginning, you do it 4 times. There's a break right after the lyrics go, time to set things straight. And it comes in with those Meshuggah-esque drums. So as soon as it hits that, and it has that kind of tribal sound to it, with some kind of Alice in Chainsy octave vocals, you're doing the same exact thing 5 times. And just like before, going into the second time, no rest. Going into the third time, there's a rest. Going into the fourth, no rest. And then the fifth, no rest. Right? That gets us to 59 seconds. All right? Let me find that. 59. Yeah, okay. So then you're basically repeating that same pattern. Now, this is going to sound different than what you hear on the actual track that's out there. I don't have an effect. I use very primitive stuff to be able to play on my computer. I don't have an octave pedal. We dropped this part a whole octave using effects. Mr. Matthew would know more about that than I do. One of these days when I get a live setup, I'll get some pedals and be able to actually dial in an actual tone of that. Real quick, how we record, I do everything DI. Like, everything is completely raw when I send it to him. And I trust his ear, and he lets me in on input and commentary with the mix, but I kind of leave it all into his hands. So this next part is a whole octave down, but it would be using like an octave pedal. So it's the same exact thing, but instead of ending on 2-1, you're going to end on 2 with a pinch. And I'm not hitting an exact pinch every time. There's no way I could hit an exact pinch each time. What I'm aiming for, and some of the best ones I got, were the 3rd fret on the A string. And the 4th fret. But I'm not trying to hit any sort of pinch in particular. I'm just trying to hit something. Like that. Try to make it sound as sick as possible. But so when you go to the pinch part, that's when it breaks down and you finally hear like the screaming vocals of the song. Falling for your schemes, right? That just sounded super lame. But right when it hits that part, it drops. Oh. When you can nail it and you're playing along with it and you're just in the pocket, it's very fun to play. So we do that 9 times. The same rest pause thing applies. So 4 times through, no rest, rest, no rest. And when you do the 5 times through, no rest, rest, no rest, no rest. Do that same thing repeated, but just with the pinch at the end of each phrase. Yeah. So the solo starts while you're doing that pinched phrase, and then the second half of it if I can find it here. I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay, so right here is where we have our next riff, like 1 minute and 54 seconds in. This is the second half of the lead. I really wanted to find something that I could hit a really good melody with. And I tried to kind of make things as harmonic minor as I could. I don't know much about theory and, you know, modes and whatever else. I mean, I know enough to be dangerous, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what sounds good in my ear. So just like the other riffs in the song, I'm doing it barred here on the 1st fret, hitting it 4 times. Then you're gonna slide up here to the 4th fret on the E string and the 8th fret on the A string. Then you're gonna come down here barred on the 3rd fret. Then we're gonna come up here to the 8th and the 11th. 8th on the E, 11th on the A. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you go to hit it the 5th time, you drop from the 11th to the 10th on the A string. First time through, we're coming down here to 3 and 7. 3 on E, 7 on A. Slide up to 4 and 8. And then barred on the 3rd. Then you repeat the exact same everything up to the... Once you hit that 10th fret, you're going to come up here to the 9th fret and the 13th fret. 9th on E, 13th on A. So we have so 9, 13, and then you're going to drop to 9, 11, 9, 10, and then back to 11. That's the whole passage. Now this next part is stitched together ever so eloquently with some dime bag squeals. I don't even know if this next riff goes with the other one. It just sounded like it did in my head, and I tried to make the vocals and everything else stay the same so it doesn't sound too different. But we're taking you to a different realm here, and I'm kind of doing this, what I would call West Borland or Limp Bizkit style use of the tremolo for rhythm. I'm doing E, these are power chords, E, G, and F, and after each one of those, I'm diving the bar. Right there, I go to C and G sharp. Then I repeat the same thing. And I go from C to C sharp. So. Just like that. We are continuing the exact same notes, but I'm going to try to make it as like a thrashier sound, almost kind of like a melodic death metal sound, right? So basically when I'm doing this, I'm just trying to go as fast as I need to, right? I don't really know the right technique yet. I use a lot of forearm. If I did it long enough, I wouldn't be able to keep up and my arm would probably get tired. But I'll play it slowly and then I'll show you how I giddy up. So you have the same exact pattern. You got E, G, F, open 3-1, 3 on the A, 4 on the E, and then open 3-1, 3-4 on the A. But you're going. So that second time through, the first time you have this, that's what you're doing the second time through. But you're speed picking it, so it comes pretty quick. Like I said, I am not perfect with that riff at all. Probably a lot of you out there will probably be able to play this entire song much better than I can. So right after that point, we're almost to the end of the song here. We get to 2 minutes and 52 seconds where the vocals say, "Stay away from me." Now, this was a fun part in making this song. In my opinion, you can tell this was one of the very last things we did for this EP, because I feel like everything hits dead on. I found where I needed to be with the different screaming vocals. I was hitting the right areas. I'm choosing the right things for melody, and the 2 breakdowns we came up with, I think, are pretty fun to play. And they're all based off of that 6-note, the same thing I showed you from earlier, and that's what's kind of driving this whole song, right? So this first half is Matt's polyrhythm, and mine was 6-8-9. His is going to be 4-3-6-6-6-2 repeated, and we're going to be using the same notes, the same 6 notes that we have been using, but chopped up differently. So the first 4, you have 1st fret, 5th fret, open first. Then there's the 3 that comes right after it. You go 1, 5, 1. Then you hit that 6 pattern, and then you hit it immediately right after. Then you do the open 1. So you do the 6, and then at the very end there's the 2, which is 2-1. So I'm sorry if this is super confusing. I'm not great at annotating this stuff. I'm just trying to get this stuff out there, right? So I'll just play it through slow. You basically do that 4 times through, I'm pretty sure. And then we end up at about 3 minutes and 22 seconds. 3 minutes and 24 seconds. And you hear the shotgun blast again, right into this last breakdown. And this was my alternate idea for an ending. So using the same, I'm going to actually keep it going. So what I'm doing there, I have 1 5 0 1 2, and then I do 1 1 2, and then I dive the open E and A, and then I chug the E and the A, so you have this. You hit that wah, wah, wah. So 1 5 0 1 2 1 1 2 open. 0 2 1 1 2 3. Then you're going to come back with the and when you do that the first time, you're going to slide up to the 5th fret and then back down to the 2nd. So slide from 2 5 2, and then when you hit 2, you go to 1, open 2 1. So that's the first time through. The second time of the pattern, you're doing the exact same thing. And then you end on open 1 2 1. So you combine those two. First half you do the, second half is the, you combine those two and then you repeat it. So I will do that slowly. And then it ends with the beautiful operatic kind of sounding vocals. So there it is. That's the rhythm. That's the rhyme. It's bobsled time. Yeah, still vivid. Hunter-gatherer. This is your boy Chris signing out. Till the next one.